Hello players and welcome to another video on APWARS. APWARS is getting really interesting. If you're here, that means that you are still one of the first to witness the first game interaction that APWARS development team has brought to the players. Finally, we can actually train our troops and interact with the protocol. And this is all on GitHub, so you can actually check it if you really want to dive into the details. So you can actually interact with the protocol. And just like in a normal game, the more that you interact, the more that you will earn. So in the past, you had these farms and you just leave it farming and let's call it passive farming, where you just had to collect and claim your farm tokens, where you would be exchanging them for whatever you'd like, or you'd be staking them in other farms. Now you can actually have hourly interactions in order for you to gain more access and more tokens and warriors, especially warriors that you can actually send to war. So these warriors are not any kind of warrior. These warriors are the most powerful warriors that you will find in the game until today. So in this video, we will show you how to buy War Courage, or you can exchange War Courage, where you can get War Courage from the market if you do not have War Courage from the last war. Also, we will show you how to train your units in order to get the stables warriors that you long for, and why this strategy is really important should you be willing to go to war. Do not forget that going to war is the best way for you to get War Courage, more in that in the detail in a minute, or get more war gold if you are on the side, so on the generate or the humans that wins the war. On the first war, the battle for supremacy, and then the winner will join the war against the Fed, the forces of extreme darkness. So, going into the first topic, how do you get War Courage? Easy peasy. If you don't have War Courage, which was one of the tokens that was actually won from the first battle of supremacy, where the races, in this case the humans who lost the last war, the players won War Courage because they were brave enough to join the war. So this was their glory token that all the players got in their wallets just after the war finished. So the losers, so to say, the losing faction, did win War Courage. Well, the winning faction won War Gold against the Fed. So if you don't have War Courage in your wallet yet, you will be able to buy War Courage with whatever token that you have. Okay? Whatever. Okay? Let's not forget that this is just a demo wallet that we have on here, so don't look at the numbers and detail, because this is up to you to decide whatever you want to do with the tokens that you have. So we'll give you also a hint on how to actually farm these and how you can use this in your benefit. So first, you get War Courage in the swap using the exchange, the DEX that APWARS has provided in this link. You can buy War Courage, and as you can see, we already have about 9,200 War Courage, so we can just jump into the protocol. How do we do this? So now you see that you have you will see three possible things. One, new training. This is because we already approved this one. This one is claim, because we have already trained the troops and I can already claim this 100 warworks. And this one, we want to approve training. Well, if we would like to approve training. So how does it go? Since we have 1 hour to deal with, well, we'll just stake the horses, the warriors here into the new training, and then I will claim these ones so that everyone can see. You guys can actually see what is behind the scenes. So a new entity has been created to actually manage your tokens. As you can see here, you will be spending about in this case, 2,200 war courage and 100 war crossbowmen. If you come here and according to the current rates, okay, again, according to current rates at the date of making this video, which is August 1st, you will see that if you exchange 100 war crossbowmen through courage, you will be getting 500 courage. So that means that in total, you will be spending more or less 2,740 war courage, okay? And that means that if you interact with the protocol, you'll probably be spending 0.001 or 0.002 and BNB fees to actually train and claim these warriors. Let's see how it goes. This horse riding center, as you can see, there is a new entity in town. Her name is Dora, and she is the horse rider and trainer, and she will train your troops to become more powerful, and then you will leave the training center already with your troops, with your mounted soldiers. So I'll just approve training. If you don't know, in case you don't know, you have a block at about 3 seconds. So one block will have a periodicity, sorry for that, of about 3 seconds, which means that you will have about 20 blocks per minute. That basically goes to 1,200 blocks per hour. So if you decide, as I mentioned before, you will be interacting with the protocol. That means that you'll be paying a fee of 0.002 in order to actually initiate the training. You just have to wait a little bit, and once this is done, you'll see a timer, as you can see here, which is about 1 hour. And every time that you come here, and if you have your MetaMask or your wallet connected, you will be able to actually see the amount of time that you have to claim your horsemen. So let's imagine that, and we have already done that, you have already some warriors to claim. You will just claim. Dora Noble will actually tell you that the training has been complete and that your stables are actually available. Great. So you just press claim. You sign the contract. As you can see, it's a little bit cheaper, almost half the price, and it's done. Now a little bit on strategy. Which warriors should you be using in order to actually be using the best strategy possible? So, going into the details. Since the winners of the war are decided based on the amount of force that each faction goes or has at war, and since we already have 2 units, so we have the orcs and the undead on the degen side, and also looking at the strength of these guys, you can see that, well, it is most likely, even though we have other factors like luck and morality, it is most likely that the degen will win the battle for supremacy. So again, it's just likelihood. This is not fully determined, okay, because it really depends on what the players do. If we do have a lot of people sending a lot of humans to war, there is also a chance that the humans will win, okay? Okay, it will really depend on what people will send, the players will be sending to war. Because let's imagine that you have big players that put in a lot of war gold to farm troops, and these troops are humans. There's a high chance still, or there's a chance that the humans will win the battle for supremacy. Okay, let's not forget that war and morale can actually play a key role, which actually happened in the last war. So with this in mind, you can see that you have these prices, which are pretty much, well, similar, right? So they don't differ much. So what you can see now is that the amount of war gold for the troops that you actually need to initiate the training, one is the undead pikeman, about 9 war gold, and then you have also the crossbowman, whose price is about 2.5 times less than this guy here. So using this math that I've mentioned here, so if you decide to farm the war horseman, you will be spending an equivalent amount of 2,700 war courage. But if you decide to use the undead pikeman, that means that you will be, well, spending, because it is actually a fee that you will be paying Dora for her to train your troops, you will be actually spending 3,600. Okay, so please be aware of that when you make your decisions. So jumping into how you can actually go ahead with it, you will just press new training again, and you will decide on whatever you want to do. Again, choose your side wisely. Do not forget that the losing side will win war courage, and the winning side, so the winning faction, will be having a chance to battle against the Fed. So again, and something that I didn't mention in the beginning, how do you access the training center? Easy peasy. You just go into your army. We are now at the available units, so if you press training center, you will be able to find whatever you need. Okay, so this is a new feature. APWARS is segregating itself daily from the initial user interface that is worldly known for the Binance Smart Chain swaps. So AppWars has already a buyback of 1.73 million war gold, and a lot more will be bought back from the market using the fees from the players. Do not forget about that. 90% of the fees that players pay when you provide liquidity, so these 4% fees, okay, 90% of these are used to buy back the war gold in order to be giving it back as a prize, as an award to the players that actually interact with the game. Okay, this is really great tokenomics. Again, do not forget that the number of troops that are being farmed, as well as the war gold that is being farmed, is reducing. Okay, you can check the Twitter account from the AppWars, and there you will be able to find all the details that you need regarding the reduction in the number of troops that are issued per block size. Okay, do not forget that these tokens, so whether be it troops, war gold, war courage, you name it, all have a decaying curve, which means that you will be having less troops being provided by the protocol, okay, as the game progresses. So in time, you will be only having, let's imagine, 1 troop per block being actually produced. And at the moment, you might be getting 80 troops per block. So that's a huge reduction, okay, in troops, which means that by the end of the year, so to say, as an example, your troops could be worth a lot more. So be wise. Well, think twice if you want to be selling your troops to get war gold, okay? Because these prices are really ridiculous, and actually that's the reason why the troops prices are so low. Still, consider that in your strategy. Prepare for war, because war is coming. Choose your side wisely. Select the number of stables that you want to send to war, and do not forget that these guys are really the most powerful of them all. Give you an example, a mathematic one. The combined strength of these warriors at the bottom is 200. Okay, 150 plus 50. If you check the others, let's imagine the witch or any other arcane, 90. Okay, these guys have 90 plus a troop improvement factor of 0.01%. 90 again. So that means that each stable will be giving your faction twice as much, actually more than twice as much power as the war witch will give you. Okay, so since you will be getting your awards based on the ratio of the strength of your troops over the total strength of your faction, so your awards or your prizes after the war, whether be it the war against the Fed, which is the last one, or the battle for supremacy, you will be getting war courage or war gold based on the ratio of the troops that you send to war, so the strength of the troop that you send to war, over the total strength of your faction. So the more powerful the troops that you send, the more money, more prize awards you will be getting. Okay, please do not relate this with fiat. Okay, so this is tokens that you're getting, and this is a game. This is a game for people to get entertained. Of course, there's always a monetary aspect to this, and if you do believe that there is a monetary aspect to this, you might as well want to play along. Do know that, and do note that you are one of the first to actually be in the game, and when this becomes even more mainstream than it already is, because AppWars has already Chinese groups, Vietnamese groups, Philippines groups, Portuguese groups, and the general group, this might go up, okay, several times. Guys, as always, hope you enjoyed it and see you on the next one.